Let me do my rounds, make sure everything is set up correctly, and we're gonna begin. Feel free to skip ahead a few minutes. Send out some announcements. Cherrim time. Some promotion channel there. Okay. Stream is live here. Alright. Salutations, everybody. I hope we are doing good. So, it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit because I had to make my edits for various videos, and I had some unfun business to take care of at home. But now that we are done with that, it's time for some shiny hunting again. Maybe I should turn on the screen that actually has the game on it. That's an idea. Alright. So, last time, we got to 2,500 trees checked. I can't remember if that was on stream or not. I think I might have done like a tiny bit more off stream after that, but here we are. 2,500 trees checked. Now it's time to take that to the next level. I've noticed that in the early days, I did a lot more tree checking more rapidly, and that's because I had less distractions. So today is a no distraction, honest tree checking day. We're just gonna book it to the trees repeatedly and hope that we get something cool. With that being said, welcome to the stream, Mikia. So, I say no distractions. There is one exception. I have added a distraction to the stream in the form of a channel point redeem. There is a new channel point redeem that I've added in case anyone is interested in making me waste a little more time. It's not entirely a waste of time because I would like to find a shiny through this. But there is now a point redeem over on the Twitch side where you can ask me to do the Drifloon race on this map. And that means I will begin the next run, do the Drifloon race, and hopefully run into a cool shiny. As that is a possibility, or so I've heard. You like distractions? Alright. Here's the first Drifloon race. Hello, Colmayor. And thank you, Mikia, for redeeming the Drifloon race. Here we go. The first Drifloon race that we'll ever do on the stream. Let's give it a try. So I do this at the start because I might run into shiny Pokémon that I haven't seen before. I've not explored the map yet, this is fresh, so let's see if we find anything. Oh, missed one. I missed the balloon. The alpha's still here. Alright. That's it. There's our first Drifloon race. I missed one balloon. And we got to see a bunch of Pokemon. We get a raspberry. Incredible. Thank you for redeeming that. Now let's go check the trees. Hello, Yamper. Popping in and popping out. You're at work right now. Don't get caught. No shakes on the trees. We go home. +2. Let's see. Yesterday I was hanging out on the Micelles server to watch a continuation of the playthrough of Ghost Trick. It's like a pretty fun game. I like to do some theory crafting regarding that, and so far I've been fairly validated in what I've predicted. We'll see how far the game goes and the mystery tied to it. It's a fun game. Got some nice humor, nice writing, and a compelling mystery to it. Silk Song is now a week away, which is a little hard to believe because we've been waiting for like, what, 8 years for this thing? Why am I going all the way here? Be gone. Been waiting a long time for Silk Song, but now the Skong is almost here. Massive mass outbreak. What's on the outbreak below here? Some scythers. No thank you. Silk Song is quite possibly going to absorb me for a little bit of time when that comes out. PLA content will be on hold. Nice, Golmayor. You found a Cherubi outbreak with 15 spawns, permuted it till you got a shiny. Very good, very good. Were they behaving fine for the permutations? Some people have been having trouble with the Cherubi. They seem to despawn one less than what you want sometimes. I don't know. I've had worse in terms of Pokemon that refuse to obey permutation methods, but at the same time, it's okay. Like, it's not the worst. I have permuted for 2 shiny Cherubi and permutations before, in outbreaks before, but they can be a little bit annoying. There is a person on the Micelle server who... oh, double shake, nice. There's a person on the Micelle server who did 800 permutations. Cherubi? 800 permutations on a Cherubi outbreak, because they checked with like an external tool, and they knew that the outbreak contained a shiny alpha Cherubi in one of the permutations. They just didn't know which one. So they kept doing permutations until they ran into it. But it was quite miserable, apparently. Hello, Groot. Doing good today, thank you. I hope you are as well. I should not be flying all the way to the island. I said no distractions today. We are flying to the trees and back. No taking detours for anything. Unless it's one of those extremely good outbreaks, like zombie outbreaks, etc., that I go to. Shiny Alpha Cherubi is the god of all Pokemon. Bidoof has a spot for that already. That's taken, I'm afraid. There's an Alpha Whirlpool. That's a Pokemon I would really like to find. Any Alpha Whirlpool. To have a big buddy would be great. We're doing fine. That is good to hear, group. That is good to hear. Oh, no. No. No, we just got started. We can't be having bunnies already. That's too soon. Shiny Baneri. The creature. Already shiny. We're getting that full box of them, eh? We are getting that full box. Oh, it's shaking, so I'll take that. Let's press... So we have the 2 trees checked and the shiny added. There we go. Do I have a shiny Alpha Bidoof? I do not. I do not have a shiny Alpha Bidoof, I'm afraid. When this hunt is finished, you predict I will have 97 pink bunnies. Oof. You do not wish that on me though, but you have said the math for this hunt is crazy. It is. It is. We are 10% of the way in terms of trees checked. If the math that I have done is correct, which so far either I'm lucky or my math is slightly wrong. But this can take another good while, and we already are closing in on 1 box of pink bunnies. We'll see where it takes us. But we are most likely going to get a good amount of boxes of these. 2, 3, 4 boxes of bunnies. No shakes. The other bunny that I'm curious how many I will get is the Lopunny. I wonder how many alpha Lopunnies I will have. Because that could take a while. But I got lucky early on. And I'm definitely going to be finding more. It would be very unlucky of me not to find more shiny alpha Lopunnies. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Definitely going to be finding more of those. Would 15 to 30 Alpha Lopunny be crazy to guess? I think it might be yes. I'm probably thinking I'll get like 10 to 15 of them by the time I'm done, if I have average luck. If I get more than that, then I am definitely lucky or unlucky, however you want to put it. One shiny that I still haven't seen on the path through the trees is Zubat. I have not seen any shiny Zubat while I was doing this for 2,500 trees. See. I made it over 50 shinies, by the way, and that's just counting what I got between the teleport and the trees. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a lot of shinies. I think I'm gonna be very desensitized to all of the species that I can find between the two places here, teleport and trees. The bunnies, but also the Wurmple family, all the Beautiflies and the Dustox. A Ruby? Number 243. To edit day 15 of this quest. The previous stream was day 15. I haven't put that together yet. I think I'm going to edit that tomorrow and then put it out on the same day. But I wanted to stream, get some new clips, etc. Do I have 100% Pokédex of all perfected? Nope. This is not all perfected. However, nearly everything in the Fieldlands is. In the entire Hisui region, far from it. Like you can see here, how many of these are not perfected. Almost everything. But nearly every single species that I can find in the Fieldlands is. For example, Togepi Togetic, just completed. Togekiss, which can spawn in the Fieldlands with the flying one, is perfected. Machamp, not perfected. Machoke and Machop, perfected. Make that the proper color. Which ones do I not have colored properly? Are any of these not shiny when they should be? All of that is fine. Believe it or not, this is a shiny. It's also a shiny alpha. That's shiny. think all of these are fine. Shiny Alpha Eevee. Okay, I think everything... Oh, the barrel. What are you doing here? There. I have Shiny Alpha male and female. Okay, 1, 2. Cool. So you can see most of it is perfected at this point. I don't remember if I've seen the trees or not. I'm just gonna go home. But I did take the time to perfect no, not the bunnies. I'm done with you, bunnies. Please, not another one. Should I do the outbreak? Should I do the Baneri outbreak just to see more bunnies? You guys like to see me suffer? I might not even need to do the outbreak. There might be a bunny just already there. There isn't. We're safe for now. The beast is demonic in nature. Very icky. I could indeed get a shiny alpha in the outbreak, which is why I clear outbreaks when I have a chance. Because even though you don't get guaranteed alphas like you would in an MMO with a second wave, the fact that you get the best shiny odds in mass outbreaks means that you also have the best chance at a shiny alpha at random. No shake. No shake. Nothing. Damn it. There's a lot of these. A whole lot of nothing. wonder if I'm gonna get a shiny Alpha Combi on the way to here. Not expecting any miracles, but male or female, I think getting a random shiny Alpha on the path to the trees is pretty likely before I finish the quest. And we do see a bunch of bees every run. Let me check what's on the beach instead of floating past it. Oh, it's more balloons. How many? Where's the other ones? 3, 4. Okay. I think I would have heard the jingle anyway, but I'm not sure. Okay, we do get a shake. A ruby. How many Cherubi do you think I'm gonna get? Like shiny Cherubi. Because it's kind of expected that I get either 2 or 3 before the Cherrim, since it's a 77% chance to get Cherubi. So about 1 in 4 will be a Cherrim. But you know, you could flip a coin a bunch of times and not see the other side of the coin for a good while. Yeah, Mick, yeah, absolutely. Like, people complaining that they get a shiny Alpha Combi and then the fact that it's male is like, that's... Did you really want to evolve your Combi anyway? I get the status that comes with having a female shiny Alpha Combi. That would be really, really rare, right? Really cool. And I would love to have one. But having a shiny Alpha Combi that is male is still a really good accomplishment, and I don't even evolve my alphas to begin with unless... Like, I've done it a few times, but I mostly don't evolve my alphas. So, like, that Combi was gonna remain a Combi anyway. And it's stupidly rare to get a shiny Alpha Combi in this game. Bro, you ain't gonna see a shiny Cherrim in your lifetime. That shit harder to catch than a shiny Celebi. I don't know, man. I got a Cherubi already. Shiny Cherrim is just around the corner. I got time. I'm more patient than shiny Cherrim is. It'll show up. Welcome to the stream, Hexer. Oh, the Pokemon Go Eternatus thing. I vaguely followed that from a distance. I don't play Pokemon Go actively anymore. This whole thing of like, either you play during the weekend where you can earn the candy for Eternatus, or you have to do 8 times. You have to go in circles 8 times around the globe with Eternatus as your buddy to gain enough candy for it. Little scummy tactics. Pokemon Go is a scam. Yeah. It's a mobile game. A popular mobile game. A bit difficult to be a popular mobile game and not have scummy monetization and a lot of FOMO events. Pokemon Go is very pay to win. Just about everything in Pokemon Go is trying to get you to either play the events and pay for the events, or you will be weak. No wonder it's banned in several countries already. They charge a lot for little to offer. They put all the bad stops in bad areas. All the spins, stops, and gyms are where all the... I mean, that is user... That is on the user side. Like, if you have Pokestops in bad areas, you can put Pokestops in good areas instead. Users are the ones to place those. Using... Like, before it was with Ingress, which is the previous game that they had in place before Pokemon Go. And then you have... now you have the ability as a level... Was it level 30-something? 35, I think? After level 35, you have the ability to suggest Pokestops yourself. So if you play the game a little bit, you will be around that level or higher. You can suggest Pokestops in your city in places that you would want younger people to be able to hang out without being afraid of their surroundings. Because if, as you say, all the Pokestops are in bad areas, then you can make a change and suggest other stops in other places. Thing is, they're allowing users to mostly put the stops in the bad area, but when I tried a legal stop, a designated area, they did not accept any of them, but they allowed several other stops in a homeless encampment area. Well, if your Pokestop was refused, then most likely the stop that you suggested was not the quality level that they want Pokestops to be, because they're not denying things based on areas, otherwise, you know, there wouldn't be stops in dangerous areas for people. It's just that you need to suggest the right places with the right photo, with the right description. They have guidelines in place, just follow those guidelines and I'm sure you'll get some stops approved. I don't think it's in the interest of the game to deny Pokestops unless they actually have something wrong with them. For example, no temporary things. So if you take a picture of like a winter decoration that's there, and then that winter decoration is going to go away, you can't have that be a Pokestop. because then people in the future will want to go to that stop and not find the place that it was associated to. Finion outbreak? Let's go check that out. Let's go and see what the Finion outbreak is about. So the fish Pokemon are not, for the most part, are not appearing in massive mass outbreaks. Basculin is. But most of the fish Pokemon, like Finion here, or Barboach, or Remoraid, do not appear in MMOs, which means it's in your interest to check them out in case you could get a shiny alpha from them. So we're gonna go check out the Finion. Oh, shiny? No. Hard to tell. What do you mean you see me? Oh, and my task is to catch them without being spotted. Convenient. Okay, they're out of spawns. Finion appears in MMO? My bad. The other fish, then. The other fish do not appear in MMOs. Barboach and Remoraid. I did say that I would go for rare outbreaks. I just thought this was one of them, but if it isn't, then that's all right. There we go. I got the 10 without being spotted. Next, I need moves, evolve 1, and catch 1 at night. Back to village. Hope they can somehow introduce Gigantamax, Megas, and Alphas into one whole game. They're introducing... So Alpha is not a battle mechanic, so it doesn't really make sense to mesh it with other stuff. It just is a size difference, right? Alphas behave differently in PLA, but for the most part, it doesn't change how they are in battle or how strong they are unless they're in the wild. So Pokemon Champions will be combining all the battle mechanics, but being an alpha Pokemon is not one of them. And so I don't think an alpha Gigantamax Pokemon would be any different than a regular Gigantamax Pokemon. I did not catch an alpha shiny Lucario yet. Shiny alpha Lucario is easy to get in the Alabaster Icelands, which is the 5th map of the game, and I'm currently on the 1st map of the game doing this quest. Finion does appear in MMOs. Thank you, Mikia. I don't think I hit the button for the trees there, did I? Ook. There's a bunch of bees here, and I kind of debate whether I should be checking them every time before I go to the trees, but that's a bit of a detour, and I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it to check like 2 or 3 more bees per run. I feel like I'm probably faster just doing the straight line every time and checking more bees by just being faster. No shake. No shake. That's 2. That's shaking. Hold on. How crazy would it be to do this challenge that you are doing and not being allowed to leave or continue the story until you have every shiny Pokemon in that area when PLZA releases? So in PLZA, you mean? But we don't know exactly how the game is structured yet. So it's hard to tell because I don't know how difficult it would be. I'm going to assume that PLZA's shiny odds will be 1 in 4,000 like the rest of the games. I'm not entirely sure what ways we would have of increasing shiny odds, because at this point in modern Pokemon games, shiny odds are 1 in 4,000, and then you usually have in-game methods to make the odds better. And until we know what methods there are to make the odds better, it would be very difficult to figure out like the best way to do a shiny Professor Oak in that game. You wish the shiny sound came back? Do we know if it left at all? Like, I would assume the demo that people played did not have shiny Pokemon in it, or was entirely shiny locked. Or I think it didn't even have wild Pokemon. Some bees here. We got a bee outbreak. Check out these bees. You have a medical appointment, so you have to go. I hope I come back before you end stream. Good luck with the Cherrims. Thank you, Mikia. Good luck with your medical appointment. Hope it goes well. Let's get a shiny bee, guys. A little shiny bee for fun. Oh wow, that was the smallest outbreak I've ever seen. Damn. That sucked. That sucked. There was nothing in there. Yeah, full odds is a ton of work. Like, there are people who are doing... There's a challenge that I respect a lot in Legends Arceus, where people are doing shiny only who play the game. They have to find a shiny before they move out of a specific section of the game. And one of the most difficult versions of that challenge that I have seen is you cannot leave the starting area of the game, which is this bit here of Horseshoe Plains, Aspiration Hill, Floro Gardens, and Sand Gem Flats. You can't leave this bit and cross this bridge over here until you have a shiny. Because in the story, when you cross that bridge, you have to fight a Pokemon battle against Mai, and she has a Munchlax. And because it is a forced Pokemon battle, if you are doing shiny only, you have to find a shiny to battle that trainer, right? This means, since this is the place where you get the Pokemon ride Weirdeer, by not being allowed to go past the bridge, you have to find a shiny Pokemon at full odds on foot at the start of the game. It is so cruel. It's like 100 hours to find a shiny Pokemon at this point. It's ridiculously difficult. And there's someone that I know who is doing this and is very unlucky and is on an estimate... How many female Combies was that, guys? Did you see that? Hold on, I need to check my boxes. That was a lot of female Combies. For one outbreak. How many did I catch? What? One, two, three, 4 female Combies out of the 5 that I caught in a row? Whoa! You see this? That's a lot. In a row, I caught female Combi, male, female Combi. 1 in 8, 1 in 8, 7 in 8, 1 in 8, 1 in 8. Damn. Let's put this bunny away. Get in here. Do. If I played that way, I would use the tent reset method to find the shiny. You still have to walk to check the spawns is the thing. I don't know what the tent reset method, but if you mean just like replacing the spawns by resting in a tent to change the day-night cycle, you still have to walk all around the place. Like, you go to your tent, you sleep, and then in order to find a shiny, you just have to do this. See how long this takes? This is the only way for you to find the shiny that way. At 1 in 4,000 rates. Well, you can bring it down with like perfected dex entries, which you should. But if you are doing a true shiny only, you can't catch a Pokemon until it's shiny. Which means multiple things. 1, you can't unlock the outbreaks for that Pokemon until you have caught one of that species. So outbreaks are not an option to save you. 2, you can't perfect the entry of a Pokemon that you have not caught. So it remains at 1 in 4,096. And I had a 3, but I lost it. I forgot what my point was. It's really long. Like, it takes a really long time to walk around with full odds to check every spawn. And you can't even lower the odds in a way that matters for most of the Pokemon. Your one solace in all of this is that you are forced at the start of the game to catch a Bidoof, a Starly, and a Shinx. And because of that, the Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx entries unlock, and you can use the moves of those Pokemon, or not even use the moves, you can watch them use moves on you, for example, to complete their entries and go to outbreaks. It's a really, really, really grindy challenge. So, I was yapping a bunch, I started flying in a straight line, or walking in a straight line. Let's go back home, continue the Cherrim. You would have to catch every Pokemon on the map, go reset the spawns by sleeping to morning, sleeping to midday, sleeping to night, sleeping to morning again, and all the Pokemon caught are reset, new Pokemon, new stat. So basically resetting the map. Like, that doesn't change much of anything. It just means you have to catch every Pokemon on the map first, which in a shiny only challenge you cannot do. you can't catch a Pokemon unless it's shiny. So you might as well reset the map. That's why this challenge is cruel if you do it with the proper rule set. It's also why a lot of people do not use the rule set to begin with, and just either allow themselves to go up to Weird Ear, so that they have a mount to find their first shiny, or they allow themselves to catch Pokemon so long as they don't use them in battle. So you can throw a Pokeball at something, and then it has to go into your pasture forever. Yeah, Groot. It's it's a good idea, but it probably takes longer than just resetting the map. And unfortunately, the challenge is too masochistic to really have any kind of methods that you could use besides just brute forcing a shiny. And by brute forcing, I mean in the slowest way possible. Because if you RNG manip a shiny into existence, you're not doing the challenge. Like, if you do shiny only and then you just RNG manip the shiny, why? You know, why did you even do that? Why did you start a challenge and then not want to shiny hunt? And unfortunately, I have seen someone do that. I clicked on a YouTube video one day and I was like, oh cool, there's someone who did the shiny only challenge in PLA that I haven't seen before. Let me go and check out this video, see how they did, what was their first shiny that they found, because that's probably a really big relief to have found something. I make it like past the intro of the video, and the first thing they say as soon as they are out of that intro is like, so I have the shiny odds for the rest of the video, and I RNG manipped this Drifloon into being shiny. And I was like, oh. Wow, this is pointless. You're doing a shiny only challenge, then you're lowering the shiny odds permanently via cheating, and you're giving yourself a shiny for free. It's a real shame. Sounds like you were never interested in shiny hunting at all, you're just wanting to get clicks for shiny Pokemon. You men don't leave until you catch every shiny variant, not a true shiny only. Just complete that part of the storyline, hunt the shiny of everyone in that part of the map before going on. Yeah. Basically a Professor Oak with shiny Pokemon. So you're fine to do whatever you want, so long as you have owned a shiny version of each of the Pokemon in that area before you go to the next one. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have decided to start a challenge that I wasn't quite aware was going to take so damn long, that Pokemon Legends ZA was going to be out before I could even complete the first map. So we'll have to see where that goes, but depending on how good ZA is, either I will finish the first map and that will be the last video about that challenge, or if ZA is not exactly my cup of tea. Not saying ZA is bad, but if ZA is less enjoyable for me specifically than shiny hunting in Arceus, then I will probably move on to the Mirelands and try there. I'm basically following in the footsteps of Blue Vector, if you are familiar with that creator. Blue Vector, he's done a lot of these Shiny Alpha map quests, in which he has to find a Shiny Alpha on each map of the game before moving on to the next one. And then he's done what he calls the Ultimate Map Quest, where... Big Scyther. Where before the release of ZA, he goes through every map and has to get 5 new Shiny Alpha Pokemon before he can move on. And I decided, how can I do something even more than that? And that's how I ended up with my challenge of living Shiny Dex with no evolution. Catch everything in the map, no evolutions allowed, and it's taking a while. I didn't think the tree Pokemon would be as big of a problem. Cherrim. Nice. First Cherrim of the stream. It'll take a while, but I'd like to get to 100 Cherrim sometime soon. Within the next, like, 2 or 3 streams would be nice. But it's gonna take a long time to get all of those Cherrims. They've been a bit slow. As I see this, watch me get a second one. Nope. The Ruby. Damn it. Paris. What's in the Paris outbreak? I don't have a Shiny Alpha Paris. Oh, there's a shiny. Can you tell which one is shiny? Oh, look. It's subtle, but I can tell the difference. Oh, how can you tell? I'm crouched! You demon! Okay, the shiny's caught. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, I think I recovered that pretty well. No. Okay, that's it. There's no more. Let's get out of here. Little shiny Paris. And nothing else. Hey! 50 trees so far. We are hitting an outbreak on Twitch's side, which is a good time for anyone watching the stream right now to grab a glass of water, stretch, look into the distance if you've been staring at your screen for a while. Put this little banner that says there are ads playing, and I will take a small break myself. I'll be right back. Colmere, thank you very much for the follow. Hello, Izzy TV. We're getting ads on Twitch right now, so I'm temporarily not moving so that I don't have any of my shiny reactions happening during an ad break for them. But welcome to the stream. Let's see. Plus some items. I gotta put this Paris in the right box. Oh crap, which one is the shiny? This one. First one is the shiny. That is really hard to tell. This game did shiny Paris incredibly dirty. It looks so bad. We are running out of space. let me dispatch, or dispose rather, of these useless creatures. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. Colmare, thank you very much for the follow. I don't know if you heard while the ad break was happening, but I appreciate the follow. And this goes for everyone who would like to know when I am live. You can either follow the channel, or you could join the Discord server, which is either in the description on YouTube, or you could do !Discord in the Twitch chat. And then if you want a role that notifies you when I go live, I ping the role every time. Feel free to let me know. I don't have the bot set up to like give the role to people when you react or anything. Just tell me, hey, I would like the role, and I will give it to you until I set up a bot properly. That's a lot of shinies. Let me show you. Let me show you easy. This is my other shiny box. This is for shiny Pokemon I have caught outside of the challenge that I'm currently doing. I have more in Pokemon Home, but this is the only box so far for shinies that I caught, like, elsewhere. This is the first box of the challenge that I'm doing, which is... I'm only... Oops, let me get this out of here. I'm only in the Fieldlands, right? Only in the Fieldlands, catching as many shiny Pokemon as I can until I have caught literally every shiny Pokemon possible in that area. That's the first box. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 boxes of shinies, plus this full box of shiny alpha Pokemon, this full box of shiny alpha Pokemon, and the start of this one. So we're about 20 boxes of shinies into this challenge. But with that being said, we've 20 boxes of shinies into this challenge. This counter here on my side will tell you how I'm doing. 73 out of 75 species have been caught. The 2 remaining species that I need to catch out of the regular spawns, right? This is out of the regular spawns. Not counting distortions. I am only missing Cherrim, which is the whole point of what I'm doing, and Snorlax. And I'm pretty sure Snorlax will fall relatively quickly because of this shiny alpha Snorlax right here that I could get. And then, under that, we have the shiny alphas. 15 out of 19. I'm missing 4 shiny alpha Pokemon on this map. You can see them marked on my map right now. There is the shiny alpha Luxio that I don't have. Shiny alpha Snorlax over here. We have the Rapidash when the weather is clear. And we have the Golbat when it is nighttime. The good news for me is that Luxio and Golbat are both alpha Pokemon that get overridden by massive mass outbreaks, meaning when a massive mass outbreak ends, you can close your game, reopen it, and the alpha will pop up in front of you, and then you can reset your game if you have saved in front of it, and you can keep getting that alpha to spawn, and it can be shiny that way. So I have 2 of those 4 that I can soft reset for. Very easy. Easy method to get a shiny alpha Pokemon. It's probably the easiest way. And then the other 2, Snorlax and Golbat, I just have to get a bit lucky. Sorry, not Golbat, Snorlax and Rapidash. I'll probably be checking those while I do some distortions or something, I don't know. You found Snorlax 3 times, shiny alpha? Very nice. Yeah, Snorlax and Rapidash were my initial targets for this challenge, by the way. I didn't start wanting to find every single shiny in the Fieldlands. I just happened to find so many other things that this became the challenge. I still don't have Snorlax and Rapidash. It's what I wanted to get when I started. I wanted a shiny Alpha Snorlax and Rapidash and ended up with literally everything else. And then, final thing. Sorry, I took it away. Let me put it back. Here. 7 out of 12, that's the Distortion Pokemon. In Distortions, I have caught 7 out of the 12, technically 13, because Eevee is in there, but Eevee is not exclusive to it, so I didn't count it. 7 out of 12 of the exclusive Distortion Pokemon from the Fieldlands. Haunter, Gengar, Steelix, Lickitung, what else do I have? Hold on, I'm forgetting something. What was it? Haunter, Gengar. Let me open my sheet just so I can see. Shiny Tracker, Distortions, Toxicroak, and Ursaring. That's it. So I got Sneasel as well. I got Ursaring. I got Steelix. I got 2 Lickitungs, 2 Haunters, 1 Gengar, and 1 Toxicroak. I am missing Licky, Onix, Weavile, and the 2 Evolutions, Leafeon and Sylveon. I don't think I will be getting every single Distortion Mon in this area, but I am kind of close, so it is tempting. It is tempting, you know? Like, the fact that I have 7 out of 12, I know it's going to get slower with time, and I'm going to start getting a lot of duplicates, but it's likely that I get all of the other regular spawns before I get a Weavile. It's tempting to go for the Weavile. Or at the very least, go for a second Sneasel, and then evolve the Sneasel into Weavile. I think I should. But ZA's coming out is the thing. I have to play ZA. I have to check out what ZA's about. That's gonna take time away, and I don't have a second Switch to work with. I'm probably going to be buying a Switch 2 to play ZA, because I do not trust that Pokemon is going to continue looking any kind of good on the Switch 1. I think Switch 2 is the move. So we'll see. Once I have a second Switch, I can maybe have Distortions running on the Switch 1. And then grab a Switch 2 and play ZA. Is a lot better and has way less lag. If you play Scarlet and Violet, yeah. Switch 2 does not actually make a difference in this game. Well, like, it does, but it's very minimal. Pokemon Legends Arceus does not really look any different on the Switch 2, because it doesn't have a graphical update. It does not have any kind of better FPS. It just has smoother load times by, like, 2 seconds, basically. Your favorite Pokemon? It's Feel. Sneasel, there's a few. Gumbo is my favorite Pokemon in this game. He's my shiny Alpha Sfeel. I love him to bits. Sneasel's an awesome Pokemon. I love the shiny specifically. Giratina's my favorite shiny Pokemon, but I don't have one. I like the little guys, you know, like I like a Psyduck. I like a Wooper, Quagsire. I like the goofy ones. I like the little goobers. I'd say those are my favorites. Breezel outbreak. I don't need a Alpha Breezel. Well, I only need one of the genders, actually. I need a second gender. Breezel does have a second gender difference, which actually goes away with Floatzel, I think. So Breezel, I need 2 shiny alphas. So I'm gonna go to the Breezel outbreak, check it out, see what happens. Gives me a chance to check the Rapidash, which definitely will be shiny. Nope. Got a shiny Sneasel the other day on Scarlet. Very nice. Very nice. Sneasel is a really beautiful shiny. The fact that it's so damn hard to get in this game makes it even more worth it for me to have one. And that's it for the spawns. Yeah, no more. The more work, the better the reward. Yeah, some of the toughest shiny hunts are also some of the coolest in my eyes. Like, there's not really any shiny hunts that are so absurdly difficult that aren't also amazing with their reward. If you think about it, like, shiny Manaphy, for example, is a really long hunt to set up, and there was a lot of discoveries that had to be made on a technical level for it to be a good shiny hunt. But once you get there, it's actually a really cool reward to have a shiny mythical Pokemon. Distortion Pokemon are notoriously difficult to find, but having a shiny Rampardos or a Bastiodon or a Porygon Z in this game are definitely a pretty awesome reward, you know? I don't think there's any shiny hunts that are so tough to do that just aren't worth it. Like you don't have any 1 in 100,000 incredibly difficult hunt for Bidoof, right? You got a box of shiny alpha Pokemon? Very nice. I'm on 2 boxes right now. 2 boxes plus 1 row of the 3rd box. What's your favorite? Which one is your favorite shiny alpha that you found? No shake, no shake. Man, these trees hate me. Oshawott, it's your profile picture? Makes sense. Could have expected that. Hey, Alpha Oshawott. Very nice. Very nice little goober. When you're going back and forth, you're not checking the alpha spawns? I already have 15 of the 19 alpha spawns on this map as shiny, including all gender forms of Scyther plus its evolutions, all forms of the barrel. So, plus Lopunny, plus Infernape, I have even a shiny alpha female Infernape. So I don't really have a reason to check all of them. Is that shaking? It is not shaking. The alpha Pokemon that I need at this point are Luxio, Snorlax, Rapidash, and Golbat. They are all out of my way on this path to the trees, so I'm not going to check them every time because it will take a long time out of each of the runs. I would rather keep the runs as quick as possible. I hit the button. There we go. I would rather keep the runs as quick as possible, get to that Cherrim tree as soon as I can. I did go for the different alphas for a bit. Got some cool clips out of it. If you want, on the channel right now, you can check the previous days. The ones where I caught shiny alphas have the shiny alpha in the thumbnail. You can see there's like shiny alpha Lopunny 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shiny alpha Infernape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At some point, I don't really want to check them anymore, you know? All of this is shiny alphas right there. So I don't really have the incentive to keep on checking them and take like 30 seconds out of each of my runs, which I have to do 20,000 of, or 10,000 of rather, to check and get duplicates, right? It doesn't make sense. Any Score Bunny is so hard, you've been hunting it for 2 years. Ew. I do have... What is it? Do I have 2 or 3 shiny Score Bunny? I have 2, I think. Because when I hunted for my shiny Score Bunny, I did 1,000 Masuda method eggs. And then when I got the shiny, I had like 30 eggs saved up in a box. So I just went to hatch these and I got it in a 20 or 25 eggs or something. I got a second shiny Score Bunny. You've been struggling with timid Pokemon permutation methods? Depends on the species, but which ones are giving you trouble? Are you doing the berry method? Are you doing sticky globs? What are you doing to permute them? I can help out. Some species will be a little more difficult to permute. Some are completely impossible. But depending on what you're doing, you might be doing it wrong, or you might just be doing it on a species that refuses to cooperate. That's shaking. I do want to check this rock when it's shaking. The goal is to get a shiny Graveler out of these rocks, because when I do, I will have found every rock Pokemon as a shiny in this map. Geodude and Graveler are the only ones, but it's still worth checking. Thing is, it's either Geodude or Graveler. You don't really have any rocks that can have one of the... both of them. It's always one of the two. So you want to go to areas where the rocks only contain Graveler, and then try to hit those. So, we've been streaming for an hour and a half. We found one shiny bunny, one shiny Paris, and one Cherrim. Singular. Ugh. Very difficult. Very difficult. You're doing Chimchar, but you have struggled with Togepi. Piplup gave up out of frustration. Don't know, it seems difficult for you. You throw berries, you see the exclamation mark, you fly out to camp, and it feels wonky. Do you fly out to camp, or do you teleport to camp? If you fly, then it doesn't work at all. If you teleport to camp, it works. If you fly, then the Pokemon definitely just despawns manually before you even have a chance to get far enough away. You're supposed to teleport because it instantly despawns all the Pokemon that have been alerted at the same time. You teleport, but we need to despawn 4, it despawns 3. I think you don't get the marks at the same time. So, depending on the species, this is a normal thing. And by normal, I mean it's annoying as hell. It happens to me, I don't know why. But the thing of, like, despawning one less than what you want happens a lot, depending on the species of Pokemon that you're doing it to. For instance, Eevee, no problem, doesn't happen to me. But I tried to permute Baniri, passive Pokemon, should be the same as Eevee. And I ran into the problem a ton of, like, you try to get a 4 KO, you get a 3 KO instead. there's not really a solution to that. There is an alternative method that I have tried, which has worked sometimes, not always. But basically, I think I forgot to hit the thing for multiple runs now. Whatever. Basically, you can keep trying until you get it, but the method that I would recommend... I'm not gonna have an outbreak to test this on. I'll show you once I am in an outbreak. Like if there's an MMO or something, I'll show you. But basically, you use sticky globs instead of berries, and then that gives you a different sort of timing window to teleport out. It's a skill issue, lol. It feels like it isn't, is the thing. The timing for which you teleport is entirely unknown, because it depends on the species of Pokemon, their animations and things like that. So for Eevee, for example, it's fine, but then for some Pokemon it will be slower, some will be faster. It doesn't seem consistent when the Pokemon is going to go back to non-alerted state, or enters alerted state after being hit. Hello, Coffee Irony. I'm doing good, thank you. I'll get to you in a second and check on your day and everything. I hope you have been alright. I'm just going to keep yapping about this question that I got in the YouTube chat for a moment. So. Next time I get a permutation. Perfect. Good. Not permutation, outbreak. If you are doing a passive permutation, there is an alternative method that you can do, which consists of sticky globs. Let me find an outbreak to explain this to you with passive species. Abra, unpermutable. Abra is a species you cannot permute. It doesn't work at all. What else we got? Over here. Perfect. So, Baneri is a species I've had trouble with, right? I tried to do 4 KO, and it would only give me 3. So, this is the method I have tried, and I did get a 4 KO using it, so I know it works. Let me try and get this bunny over here. You use berries to group them up in a way that helps you out. So for me, I get all the bunnies closer to me. And then normally, I would hit all of them with a berry and teleport. And if I did that, I can almost guarantee only 3 of them would despawn out of the 4. So instead you do this. Blob, 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 blob. And make sure they all get alerted. 1, 2, 3, 4. The moment the 4th one starts moving, I teleport out. So they've all noticed me. I stunned all of them. And then the moment the last one gets unstunned, and it recovers its movement, that's when I teleport. And then from there, that hopefully gives you a 4 KO. In this case, it seems like this outbreak would have 10 spawns if this was a proper 4 KO. Oh, sorry, not 10. No, yeah, it is 10. Gone. So that would be the method that I use for if the Pokemon is difficult to permute with passive permutations. 4 globs, teleport out, and hope that it works in your favor. You hope permutations are back in PLZA and hope you can permute Alpha Tyrant. Also Pokemon, though, I don't know if you can permute a fossil. There might be, because now there's an actual laboratory and a professor, you might have to self-reset it. It might be a gift. But yes, Coffee Irony, hello, welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're having a good day. These trees are mean to me. They refuse to give me the Pokemon I want, which is Cherrim. There's a video on this, but you will replicate it. More of these creatures. Your self-reset if you have to, but how can you get an alpha that way? Good point. Good point. Are you the only one on the purple platform? I do have a little bit more going on the YouTube side right now. You might be the only person currently on Twitch. Coffee. Nothing wrong with that, though. You're the one who gets to use the emotes and redeems and things like that. There is a new redeem on the Twitch side of things. If people are interested. I don't know if the cost is a bit too high or not. I put 1,000 points for the new redeem on Twitch. If that is too high of a cost, let me know. I can make it a bit lower. I thought I should make the cost at least like a little bit higher because it literally is one of those redeems that like makes me change my plans for what I'm doing currently. So I didn't want the redeem to be spammable. I guess I could also put a limit or something on it, but that would be lame. Hope you can get an alpha that way. Oh, I see. I don't know. I don't think, knowing the Pokemon Company, I don't think they would want a gift Pokemon to have a chance of being alpha versus non-alpha unless the gift is fully repeatable. In the sense of like, if you keep bringing fossils, you keep getting fossils, and then the professor is like, whoa, this one is big. Like, that would be fine, you know? But if you only get one, if you only get a chance at the fossil Tyrant or Amora once, I think they're not going to want to give you a chance of an alpha or a chance of a shiny. Unfortunately, they will just shiny lock that shit and just be like, nope, everyone gets the same fossil. Can you imagine reviving and hatching an alpha? That would be cool. It would be really cool. So far, the only way we've seen alpha Pokemon is just in the wild. No one's seen an alpha egg before, or an alpha fossil that isn't living. Because I know we call them fossil Pokemon, but actual fossil alpha, no one's seen any of those. It would be cool, and it would make sense for them to exist as well. If you can find alpha versions of the fossil Pokemon, then surely you can find fossilized rocks that contain the DNA of these creatures. Ancient Pokemon spawning naturally in the catacombs of the city. If we're gonna base the city of Lumiose entirely on how Paris is, we need like a bunch of ghost Pokemon under the city. Like the sewer system of Paris connected to the catacombs, and the catacombs should be full of Duskulls. I do wonder if they're gonna have a sewer system in Lumiose. The map is not large, but if you introduce a little bit of verticality, which they have with the rooftops, they could also easily go into the sewer system. And Paris' sewer system is a very important part of Paris in its architecture, infrastructure, whatever you want to call it. There is literally a second Paris underneath Paris in the sewer system, right? So it would make sense for Lumiose City, which would be based on that city, to feature a intricate sewer system or underground or something. I think I would be a little bit disappointed if there wasn't, you know? Yeah. I think I'd be a little bit disappointed if there was not a sewer system. But it does make me very curious, like, how they plan to do the different areas of the game, because it seems like the wild areas, we know from, like, the promotional material that wild areas go up in, like, the dozens, or, like, maybe that's not the right term. We know there's, like, 15, 16, 17 wild areas minimum, because we see one of the numbered gates in the background of the trailer. So we know there's, like, wild area number 16. Okay, so there's a lot of these, but then you look at the map of the city and there is only room for 5 of them, 6 of them. So Pokemon Legends ZA's definitely got something going on where they're going to squeeze more gameplay out of a smaller surface of areas. Which means the map might seem small, but it might actually hide a lot of variety in it. I just don't know how they're going to do that. If they upgraded the underground BDSP, you then thought to foreshadow an underground for a game based in a single city. I don't think it's foreshadowing, I just think a lot of times historically, game developers like Game Freak are experimenting with game features in one game and then fully fleshing it out in the next. But BDSP was not made by Game Freak. That's the problem. Wasting my time checking these Scythers and bees every time. I should just fly straight there. If every run I waste like 5 seconds checking extra Pokemon that I don't really even care about, that's gonna add up very quickly. Shake. Yes, please. Give me a Cherrim. Damn it. No, the possibility is not far-fetched at all. Again, if they're actually taking inspiration from the city of Paris, it would make all kinds of sense for them to have an underground system, whether that be a sewer, catacombs, or anything of the sort. They might not actually have catacombs because it's Pokemon and it's a game for children, or at least the marketing aims the game at children. So instead you might have like a ghost-type gym in the underground of the city. Yeah, the OG was Game Freak, but the OG Diamond and Pearl was so long ago. There's no way that Diamond, Pearl, Platinum is influencing Pokemon Legends ZA, right? They might draw from the heritage of the Pokemon franchise as a whole, but they're not targeting like, oh, you know, let's take this mechanic from Diamond and Pearl, or this Legends game that already breaks all the conventions and rules of Pokemon with real-time battles and catching Pokemon in the overworld and all of these things that do not have strong ties to past Pokemon games, instead rooting themselves in innovation and some of the groundwork that Legends Arceus has put together. Do you think gyms will be a thought? Do you think gyms will be even a thought to this with the ZA battle system? Yes, absolutely. There is a gym leader already that we've seen. Absolutely there will be gyms, or at the very least, if they're not calling them gyms, there's going to be challenger, like strong story challengers in your grind through the ZA ranks. But we have already seen Corbeau, the poison type leader. That's it. Same way that Legends Arceus did not really have gyms, but it did have noble Pokemon boss battles, and it did have some strong trainer battles, even though trainers aren't really a thing in Ancient Hisui, including one of the most infamous boss battles in the entire franchise. Sorry, I got a bit of a hiccup. So they'll find a way to like bring some challenge to the players, especially because they're building this new battle system. They're gonna want to let the player loose with it, give people a chance to actually try the battle system to its fullest. PLA, the boss battles were the noble Pokemon that was very totem Pokemon in your opinion, and the battle system does make you think of the battle tree and like places in the franchise with its own unique spin. Yeah, they're pulling inspiration from previous games while also trying to do some new things every now and then. They're doing fine at it. I trust that whatever they're doing is fine. I don't know. That's the point that we're trying to have with this conversation anyway. Like, will there be gyms? I don't know. Will there be something like gyms? Yes, absolutely. Every game has something like gyms. Every Pokemon game, especially because they've announced that ZA is a mainline title. Like, they consider Legend ZA as a mainline. So, knowing that nearly every Pokemon game ever made has some kind of gym-like mechanic of having like a strong boss battle times a few times, like maybe 4, 5, 8, however many times it takes in the game. You get a few boss battles, usually typed around different elements of the Pokemon type chart. And there you go. That's going to be happening once again in ZA. Personally can't tolerate gyms, Coffee Irony. In what sense? What's so bad about them? There shouldn't be a challenge, right? Like, for the most part, gyms aren't really challenging in typical Pokemon games because they have one common theme of the type, which means if you get the correct type matchup, you can defeat the gym without so much as a second thought. You just have your one Pokemon carry you through the entire gym unless you are under-leveled. And if you aren't under-leveled, or if you are under-leveled, then it becomes a bit of a strategic thing that you can engage with, or you can grind and ignore the strategic part of it. You want tasks, not competition. Yeah, so you're on the collector side and you think that gyms are just roadblocks to you. They're just roadblocks to your progression through the Pokédex. Just obstacles. Which is understandable, and probably why you would resonate better with PLA, which puts a lot of its tasks ahead of the rest of the game in terms of priority. Like you have tasks as a sort of like roadblock instead of the roadblock itself being harder and necessitating. Oh my god, necessitating? Whatever. Instead of requiring more grinding, you have to actually do more tasks. So you get to enjoy that system more. Necessity. Bats. You don't think gyms are an option within a single city for a game? Like the gym system and the Pokemon League plus the ZA system all within Lumio City feels like too much. No, bat! Our first bat! Oh my god! Our first bat! I'm normally not excited for any of these, but the first shiny Zubat. It's not a bee! Okay, I've not seen a Zubat in a long time. This is actually refreshing. When normally I would be sick of them, I'm actually pleasantly surprised to see one of them. And a Cherrim, yes! Let's go! Now that's a good run. Zubathu and a Cherrim. Excellent. It's the Golbat outbreak. It brought the bat to us. A Zubat to silence the bunny takeover, absolutely. So, Groot, you were saying you don't think they can fit gyms and the ZA challenge within within Lumio City? I think they can, because the challenge will just include boss battles in gyms. They might not be called gyms, and there might not be 8 of them, but there's going to be... There's going to be different letters where you have to beat a gym leader, quote-unquote, to progress, for sure, right? Like, you start at rank Z, and then you're going to want to go all the way to A. There is no way the game will let you go from rank B to A without fighting some sort of champion. There is no way the game will let you go from rank C to B without fighting some sort of strong trainer. You will need to face people who are higher ranked than you in order to climb the ranks. And then there will come a point where some people are just assigned a sort of barrier rank of like, oh, this is your 10th rank increase. Well, turns out you can't get that rank unless you face the only rank 11 in the city, which is this guy, and he's a poison type leader, right? So they absolutely can do gyms. Absolutely they will. There's no chance they don't have gyms in a game that's about the freeform battles and climbing the ranks. Because you might have the initial, like, rank increase from just battling some random people in the streets. But the way that I imagine it is you're going to battle random people in the streets for a few levels, like a few letters in the ranks, and then you're gonna get told, if you want to keep progressing, you have to battle this person over there, and that's a leader. Yeah, pretty much, Groot. Pretty much. I don't think there's going to be 8 badges. I don't think they're going to stick to the 8 badges plus Elite Four plus Champion. Because they have this really odd... They're doing the ZA thing, so that means you have a specific number of letters in the alphabet to work with. I don't think they can fit exactly 8 badges, Elite Four plus Champion in there. But I think it would be silly to not have a few boss battles in there, plus Elite Four, quote-unquote, just being like A-rank trainers. And then the champion is the one to give you the actual A rank when you beat them. Big. Like, if everyone in a specific street that you are battling during the nighttime events of Lumio City, if everyone in that street is a Z-rank trainer, you might go to rank Y and maybe W by fighting them, or X or whatever, right? You're probably not going to go that far up. There's Z-rank trainers. What will you prove by defeating a bunch of Z ranks? You're not going to go all the way up to A rank from that. And it's not going to be a point system either. I don't think the game will let you grind Z rank trainers until you are the best in the city, because you don't prove anything. So they're just going to have gated sections of, like, you can fight people up to this rank here, and then you have to take on this gym, and then you fight people up to this rank afterwards, and then another gym, and then eventually the champion. you think about how Scarlet and Violet have parallel stories going on between the actual gym challenge and also upgrading your ride Pokemon and defeating the evil team, you could definitely fit a gym system in the game and also have stuff like the Zygarde mystery. Also, we're getting some kind of tasks in ZA. Or Coffee, because Coffee, you said you like doing tasks. We're getting some kind of tasks for ZA, but I don't think they're going to be as intricate as the tasks of Arceus. Because people got a bit lazy with those, even though they're a big appeal of the game for some people. A lot of other people were like, I don't want to do all these tasks, whatever, I'm not going to do it. We're getting some version of tasks. Like, there's going to be a quest to catch the Pokemon of a specific area. I don't know if it has much to do with each Pokemon individually, though. Inferno. Because in one of the screenshots, we do see something of like something in the nature of like they catch a Mawile and it's like 7 out of 8 in the corner of the screen, but I don't think it's catching 8 Mawile because that's the first time they catch one. So instead it's probably catch the 8 Pokemon in this area and then tell the professor about it. The professor is apparently an ex-Team Flare. I've not played X and Y, but the professor has a Team Flare logo on their chair. They're a previous character from Team Flare in X and Y. It'll be interesting to see if they have like a little bit of an evil side to them. You hope there's going to be tasks like PLA. The Dex was more meaningful than just gotta catch them all. I did like the studying part of the Dex a lot as well. The idea that, like, by completing the Pokédex, you actually become more familiar with how a Pokemon functions, what they are weak to, what kind of moves they like to use, if they like to eat food, if they like to fall asleep. Like, there's a bunch of tasks that inform you on the Pokemon's way of life. But that system can only really shine in an environment where you are given all the space and the time to observe a Pokemon in the wild. A city environment is not fit for observing wild Pokemon. Unless you want to count, like, how Sandile and Trubbish rummage through the trash of the city near a restaurant, you're not really gonna observe proper lifestyle of different Pokemon through Lumio City. Yes, pun intended there. Space and time is a big part of PLA. Space and time are a big part of the game because it literally is a game about giving you all of the space and time to observe and do what you want, and the story is then about how you don't have the space and time and you need to act quickly because there is this imminent threat. And then once you resolve it, you do regain all of that agency to do what you want. There's a reason that Diamond Clan and Pearl Clan are able to shape their beliefs that way. Because how could you not think that space is such an important part of Hisui when it is so vast and so... not empty, but, you know, there's so much space everywhere. And then how could you not think that time is such an important thing of Hisui, with the weather constantly changing and the Pokemon coming and going and all of the changes brought by time to the region. Hello, Sam. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well. No shake. No shake. No shake. Oh my god, Sam. Very nice. You got a Magnemite and a Rhydon in the same distortion today. Both shiny? Is that what you mean? Shiny Magnemite in a distortion is really rare. Congratulations. The music screams is about to find it. It's the Monster Hunter main theme, and it makes me smirk every time because it slips its way into the relaxing Monster Hunter music compilation, because the start of the song is relaxing as it goes through a medley of all of the village themes of the game, but it ends in the main theme of the game with this like orchestral grandiose theme of Monster Hunter. So it makes me laugh a bit when it shows up in the compilation, like, oh wow. I guess we're doing the big Monster Hunter theme now. Both shiny. Very nice. Congrats. Shiny Magnemite and a Rhydon in the same distortion. That's insane. Did you happen to record any of that? Did you get like a clip or something? That would be really cool to see. Unfortunately, we are not finding it because the trees don't shine. So the music might be cool, but the trees are not wanting to give me any Cherrim. You were too late? Oh, unfortunate. Very cool finds, though. Congratulations. shakes again. Oi, oi, oi. Maybe we need to water the trees. You're so right. You're so right. We need to water the trees. The constant massive mass outbreak thunderstorms are not enough to water all these trees, let alone drown the land. We have to do more. We have to bring a little plastic... Which Pokemon is it? Is it like a Psyduck or something? Which Pokemon do they use? Is it a Bulbasaur watering can? A Squirtle watering can? I forget what they give you in one of the games. But we need that. We need to bring the watering can to the trees. And help them out a bit. Are there any shiny Krickettoons in here? Salutations. Bonk, 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 bonk. It's Psyduck. It's a Psyduck watering can. Very nice. Yes, we need to get our Psyduck watering cans, bring them over to the trees. When you first started playing Scarlet Violet, you did everything you could to bump or hit the tree. Still no results. Fruit-bearing trees. You trying to find Applin in there? That's it. We need a shiny Alpha Psyduck to water the trees. It's a good plan. I just need you guys to bring the shiny Alpha Psyduck to me. I need you to spawn him in the game. Because so far I don't really have any of that. You and Blue Vector have inspired me to do a perfect Pokedex region hunt, so you were in Coastlands trying to get 8 palms out of trees when the distortion spawns. I see, I see. I still haven't perfected iPalm because I do need to get those trees. And that would mean doing a lot of runs in the Coastlands. And then I would have to stash all of the Coastlands shinies that I inevitably will find into a different box, and it's a whole thing. I might do it off stream, but I don't really want to do runs in the Coastlands when I'm trying to be in the Fieldlands. So I just let the iPalm not be perfected for the whole time that I've been here. Could lend you the one I caught last week. I'll nickname it Watering Can. That is very kind of you. I don't want to take your perfect little ducky from you, though. If I am to find a shiny Alpha Psyduck, I want it to be from the Fieldlands. And I can do that. I just need to get lucky. Psyduck is a Pokemon that has a mass outbreak in the Fieldlands, but no massive mass outbreak presence. It is also a Pokemon that I fly over every single run. So it's not impossible that we do find a shiny Alpha Psyduck eventually. We just don't happen to see a lot of ducks, but we see some of them. Exactly, Groot, exactly. You sort of combined me and Blue together to make it easier for you. Yeah, you just do the full Pokedex, and then you can roam around and try and get some cool shinies. What have we here? Starly? And that's it. Okay. Here, look, duckies. There be duckies. More duckies over there. Still looking for your plain shiny duck after accidentally evolving him. No! Tragic. Evolving a shiny Psyduck is a federal crime. $2,600. When you get onto the next area, are you going to catch duplicates or unique only? Like, will you get Psyduck in the Islands as well? It's a good question. Most likely, I will still be getting all of the duplicates by accident. That's the fun part, right? In trying to find all of the shiny alphas in the area, by the time I'm done with all the shiny alphas, I probably will already have most of the duplicate spawns. So, like, I might not specifically go for a shiny Bidoof in the Mirelands, but I'm probably going to have a bunch of them. What about the duck is a crime? Evolving a shiny Psyduck into Golduck is a federal crime. Shiny Psyduck is an amazing shiny. Shiny Golduck is a travesty of a shiny, honestly. It's terrible. Doesn't even look good. A ruby. Yeah, good question regarding the duplicates. The answer is I probably will get all the duplicates by accident. Because I have so many duplicates of every shiny that I caught here. There's only a handful of Pokemon that I haven't really caught too many duplicates of. And those I don't think will be too difficult to find in the Mirelands compared to the Fieldlands, or they're just not there at all. Like Togekiss, for example, is extremely difficult to get as a shiny in the Fieldlands, but if you go to the Mirelands, it's going to be a lot easier. Because I don't remember exactly, but either there is no Togekiss, or there's Togetic outbreaks and you can just get Togekiss in the second waves. Evolving shiny Skorupi is also a federal crime. That is true in PLA. It's true in any of the 3D Pokemon games. The real crime is what they have done to shiny Drapion to begin with. Shiny Drapion used to be a godlike shiny. Not even kidding, that shiny was awesome because it was like Skorupi. It was bright red. What happened? What the hell happened to Drapion? Go to the, like, if you type into Google, and you can do that right now if you want to. If you type into Google, Drapion Shiny Sprite, you will see that Shiny Drapion in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl was goated. It was an insane shiny Pokemon sprite. And then you fast forward to current generation, and Drapion in PLA is like one of the saddest shiny Pokemon I've ever seen. Shiny Drapion in the Switch era period is great. No, wait. Shiny Drapion in the Switch era period is sad, and you're right that OG Shiny is great. Yeah. The transition to 3D unfortunately flattened him. The colors got squished. Like, is it even shiny at this point? I don't know. Can you tell? I can't. Big Dustox. I was very fortunate to randomly find a shiny Alpha Dustox. Is that another one? No, it's normal. No shakes. Thoughts on shiny Umbreon? I think it's good. I think it's a good shiny. Let me double check a detail about it. Hold on. Yeah, no, it does. It does have the yellow eyes. I think the yellow eyes actually make it really good. The blue stripes on Umbreon I think are really nice. I think the yellow eyes is what solidifies that shiny as a good one for me. Like, I think if you are having gripes with specific shiny Pokemon in the Evolution branch, there are better candidates to be mad at than Umbreon. I think Umbreon is a good shiny. I think, on the other hand, Leafeon is a very poor shiny and could have been made a lot better if it kept a different theme, like Autumnal, for example. An Autumnal shiny Leafeon could have looked awesome, giving it a bunch of really deep crimson oranges in the leaves. No shakes. Ooh. Also, losing the bug type never made sense to you? Oh yeah. I guess it does. I guess it does. What is... Is Skorupi bug poison? There's so many bug poison types already. Oh my god, duckies. Hold on, guys. Just because we talked about it. I'm gonna go check out the duckies. For fun. We're gonna go and check out the duckies. Then I will go and do the Drifloon race. Thank you, Coffee, for redeeming that. I'll do it in the Fieldlands. But I do want to see if the duckies have Big Blue Duck for me. Found the outbreak. Oh my god, you creature. Be gone. No, he's gonna make everyone angry. No, they're all angry. Boing, boing. Struggling. Oh my god, I'm overshooting all of my throws. Ugh. That's it for the duckies. There's no more duckies. I just wanted to go and check that out in case. We're also going to quickly glance at the goobers in here. Okay. And now I reset my save. And I go do the Drifloon race. Woo! So we have a redeem freshly installed on the Twitch side of the stream, where you can exchange some of the Oran berries that you earned from watching the stream for a Drifloon race. And I do it as soon as I start the run, because I will not have explored any of the map when I begin the race. And it will have me run around a few areas of the map, and there is a chance that I run into a shiny Pokémon during the race. Here we go. The watering can was not caught, I'm afraid. So, we do this at the start of the run. There is a massive mass outbreak present, but it looks like we're only going to run into this one node over there. The one outbreak will be in the path of the race. Here we go. We have 45 seconds to hit 30 balloons. I'll see if I can hit them all. I might miss one or two here or there. 3, 2, 1, begin! Pop, pop, pop. We actually get to check the Alpha Parasect by doing this, funnily enough. Oh, I got juked. Can I still make it to the end after that decisive mistake? Oh, we get a shiny! Oh my god, in the middle of the race! Oh my god! Ah! Yes! I got it! Oh my god, there was a shiny! We have to go back for it. Incredible! Let's go see if it's still there. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Is it still here after the race? It was here, yes! There it is! In the middle of the race, we found a shiny Kricketot. After only doing 2 races. Let's go! And I will name it after the person who redeemed the race. Coffee Irony, I'm naming this shiny after you. Congratulations! Let's go check out the trees now. Nothing on the trees. No shake, no shake, no shake. Okay, let's go home. And let's name our shiny. Now, Coffee, would you like me to name this with your full username, Coffee Irony? I don't think I can fit any of the numbers in there. Or just Coffee. How would you like me to name this thing? It is a male Kricketot. So I just do... Oh, I might not even have space for irony. Hold on, let me try. Oh, I think we have space. Coffee Irony. We have space. Irony? Okay, let's name it Irony. There we go. This is Irony, the shiny Kricketot, and we found it during the balloon race. Very cool. Thank you very much for the redeem. I hope that made it worth it. I did not expect to get confirmation on whether or not you can actually find shiny Pokemon in the race so quickly. I heard about it from another Twitch chat. I was in a different stream, and someone said, you can find a shiny during the race, you just have to go back and get it afterwards. And, you know, this is the kind of thing that no one is really, like, testing properly. So I wanted to believe them, because why else would you speak of that very specific niche interaction if you didn't know how it actually worked? And I'm very glad that after only 2 races, we get to confirm that. It was actually how you found your first shiny Starly? Oh, you found your first shiny in a race? That's scary too, because a Starly you could potentially despawn it by spooking it, I guess. Although I suppose I could have also spooked the Kricketot by racing past it. We'll see. I need to look back at the footage and see if I actually spooked the Kricketot in the race or not, but I think it might not have had time to actually properly see me because I was going fast. Random thought about PLCA. Does anyone think breeding would return, but return in a Legends game? Breeding Pokemon. Would they bring back the breeding mechanic in PLZA? Because if they bring it back, that means they bring back Masuda Method. Because it's a staple at this point of that mechanic. So you would need a few things, right? For that method to be in that game, you would need the ability to trade foreign Pokemon for Masuda Method to work, which no doubt they will allow. There is even trading in PLA, so it's fine. You would need a way to quickly get from point A to point B that isn't teleportation, such as a bike. X and Y had rollerblades. You might get something like that eventually. And you need a daycare. So it's not impossible. You know? It's not impossible, but then I wonder how that's going to interact with things like Alpha Pokemon. Wurmple with a second wave. Okay. Let's check this out. What is the second wave in this Wurmple outbreak? Is it Alpha Wurmple? Not at all. Goodbye. would it be worth bringing back into that game? Do you really need trading with Pokemon Home being the way to get that foreign Ditto? You could import foreign Pokemon in the game for breeding. You are correct that, like, there's always the question of, is it really worth bringing back into the game? Because breeding Pokemon is a way for you to continually obtain new encounters of a Pokemon that you choose to try and get it to have stats that you want. Right? Breeding is a way to get your own Pokemon from level 1 that you can shape into the fighter that you want it to be. PLZA seems to have a different fighting system, which means we don't know how important a Pokemon how important the Pokemon's stats can be, and how different they can be from one another. Shiny Wurmple! Shiny Wurmple. We were looking for it in a different outbreak, but this is the one that gets it. A baby. And a new horde? More cocoons. Oh well. We love Shiny Wurmple. Yeah, I don't believe that breeding as a mechanic is necessary in a Legends game, although we only have this game to go off of so far. But I don't believe breeding new Pokemon is something that you need in a game where it's so easy to go and just grab a new one. Which is also why I kind of like laugh at the people on subreddits and things like big. I kind of laugh at the people on the subreddits who say things like, can someone trade me this Pokemon? And it's not even like a distortion Pokemon, it's just a regular Pokemon. And I'm just like, it takes 2 minutes. Go catch it. Literally just Google where it is, and then go on the map and catch it. It's so easy. And that's also the reason I don't think you would need, breeding as a mechanic. Because you don't need to create more encounters with the Pokemon to get a good one, if you can just catch the good one. I don't think so, because Pokemon Champions is different, because it will change EV training, it will change the moves you can teach to a Pokemon maybe, but there are still egg moves. There's still egg moves, and egg moves, so long as that's going to be a mechanic, and you're not going to be allowed to like select egg moves in a list to just give them to your Pokemon, you're going to need breeding to generate new Pokemon that have access to new strategies that aren't otherwise possible. Yeah, I'm not either. I don't really build my own Pokemon to be any kind of competitive or viable or whatever. So, egg moves is something I've not really experimented with, but I've come across egg moves for one mechanic in a Pokemon game without actually having anything to do with eggs. Did you know that in Pokemon Sword and Shield, the Pokemon that have a sort of golden aura around them are Pokemon that not only grant you Watts when you defeat them, they actually know an egg move at random. Those Pokemon that have the Brilliance aura know an egg move, so if you catch them, you can check what kind of egg move they know, and they might have something really cool. They also have better chances of being shiny. The chances of a Pokemon with the golden aura being shiny depends on how many Pokemon of that species you have KO'd. If you have KO'd 500 Pokemon of that species, you have the maximum chances of of the Pokemon of that species spawning with a golden aura, and the golden aura has more rolls for being shiny. It's not an absolutely massive boost for 500 KOs compared to like 100, but it's still worth it if you wanna shiny hunt with the best possible odds. I did it for Zigzagoon. Every time I see this Golduck outbreak, I clear it, because it's one of those rare outbreaks where Golduck does not appear in the... God. Golduck does not appear anywhere in the Obsidian Fieldlands. That Pokemon is nowhere to be found normally. So in my challenge, finding a shiny Golduck was exclusively possible via this outbreak, which I permuted for a regular shiny. Spawns. Two trees, no shake. And no shake on the rock. Also, Golduck is a Pokemon whose entry I only perfected 3 days ago. So, I was on level 10 when I did the permutations for it. Because you don't really get to encounter a bunch of Golducks in the Fieldlands normally. I didn't have a reliable way to complete its entry. unless I spent time outside of the Obsidian Fieldlands, which I did not really want to do. No shakes. Oh, shiny gold, not Golduck, Psyduck! Yeah! I just did a Golduck outbreak and now Psyduck is here. I want to see the ducky. Oh, the ducky is angry. Ah! Ducky, why? Oh. Got it. Meow. And we get a shake. Don't mind if I do. More Cherubi. It's more of the same. I'll check back on the footage, but I don't know how many Cherrim we got this stream, but it might just be quite low, I'm afraid. I think we got 2. So, we're at 26-26 right now. It's getting a tiny bit late. So what is likely going to happen is that I'm going to go to 2650. And we are probably going to be calling it. We have a few more runs still, but I think about a dozen runs and then I'm gonna dip. It's 2. Oh, more butterflies. I don't need that. Actually, it's fine. I think they're on the other side of the map. Welcome back, Mikia. Welcome back. What did you miss? So, there was a shiny Wurmple in an outbreak, a shiny Psyduck in this river here. And there was, I think more interestingly, a shiny during the balloon race, where Coffee Irony requested a Drifloon race, and I managed to find a shiny Kricketot in the middle of the race, and then I went back after the race was finished and I collected it, and I got the shiny just fine. Unfortunately, the trees are not giving Cherrim at all. Cricket race, yeah, exactly. Dun, 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 dun. 2632. Oh, Luxray. Interesting. Let's go say hi. Let's go say hi to the Luxray outbreak. It's up on the cliffs. Say hi to Luxio here, not shiny. And then up here, there's a few Luxray here, a few here for the outbreak. A few more over there. And then down here is Snorlax, which needs to shine. But doesn't. Doesn't want to. That's a Graveler. We go and quickly check that. E shiny. Dominate. No distraction. Shush. The stream is about to end. I am allowed some distraction. As a treat. Did you miss any shiny Pokemon? Welcome back, Izzy. Yes. We got a shiny Wurmple, shiny Psyduck, and a shiny Kricketot during the balloon race, which is the most interesting one. I don't know if anyone grabbed a clip of that, but I'm probably going to clip it after it's done. And also, that's definitely going to make it into the YouTube short. Is that not shaking? Yeah, okay. Want to make sure. No shakes. If I do this little swerve every time just to get some more Psyducks. People like Psyduck. I can get more shiny Psyduck. Is this a way to hack myself into the hearts of people by just finding more Psyducks and Lesboniri? Plus 2. That's a Pokemon that I do not really care about. I still need the shiny alpha for it, but I don't think I'll be finding it here, right? In a mass outbreak of them. I'll check the first 4 and then I'm out. Goodbye. Whoop. Take. What's in the tree? Yes, Cherrim. Finally. We are free. Free at last. And we get one more Cherrim in the next 6 runs before I end the stream. Chimchar? Okay, we're gonna make it to the island just to check out the Chimchars. I do want to see them. There's the possibility of a female shiny Chimchar, which is rare. There's the Alpha Chimchar, which is rarer. Let's see what we get. Shake. Yes, please. Is it a Cherrim in the rain? It is! Back-to-back Cherrims. Very nice. And now for the Chimchars. Whoop. That's it for the Chimchars. There is a Shake. If we can get a Graveler here. No shiny. You think PLA hates you, you got your 4th 40-minute distortion in a row. I don't have it yet, but it has been 25 minutes since the last one. I think it's 1 in 256. Hey, you're getting the bad distortions out of the way early, alright? Be strong. Be strong. You got this. I do empathize. 1 in 8 combi. Yeah, getting late distortions back to back to back really sucks. Sorry to hear that. Okay, we got Cherrim number 80 this run. Making our way to the big 100. Reminder, the shiny odds for Cherrim are 1 in 585. So we are still some ways away from that. Maybe I should have gone to that Licky Tongue outbreak, because it's oblivious, you can't permute it. Getting an alpha Licky Tongue could have been the play here. Although I guess you can still find Licky Tongue in outbreaks, and then you can do ghost permutations on it, so it's not like the ones that don't have outbreaks, like Combi. It's fine. I need to learn the definitive list of outbreaks that I need to go to when I see them. Eevee is one. Barboach is another. Remoraid is technically one, although Remoraid is like the easiest of the bunch to get a shiny alpha, because you can soft reset for 10 at a time. It's regular spawns, but it's basically like visiting a whole outbreak in one go. See a Shake over there. Go say hi. No more shakes. Okay. I don't think I hit the button for the trees this time. Did I? Whatever. It means you guys get one more run if I didn't. I'm gonna snooze the ads. We're getting those last few runs in. I don't think there's any point getting those ads running. I don't want to bother you guys right as stream is about to end. Can we get a buzzer beater, Cherrim or shiny? No shake. shakes. Okay. From the moment I depart from the village to the moment I'm back in the village, it took 1 minute and 10 seconds. I just timed it. So that's the time it takes for me to do one check for 2 trees. 1 minute and 10 seconds. And I have to stop if I, of course, get a tree shaking or if there's a shiny. But going in a straight line to the trees, trying to be efficient, and not getting any of the trees and then going home, roughly a minute. And then when we get a shake, it takes longer. There are 28 alphas you consider hard. Eevee, 8 evolutions, Cherubi Cherrim, Barboach, Remoraid, Combi, Burmy Wormadam, +3 for the form dex. And the 12 distortion exclusives. Makes sense. Or ×3 for the form dex. So there's 6 Burmy Wormadam, 12 distortion rares, 9 evolutions, and then Cherubi, Cherrim, Barboach, and Remoraid. Combi. Ay. That is a lot of Pokemon. A lot of difficult ones. At least the fish that are complicated to get are easy to find their evolution, because Octillery and Wishcash have their static alphas. But the outbreaks to find the smaller evolution is just so miserable. I don't like the water in this game. That's one of my big complaints about it, is just the water feels awful. Your Pokeball just instantly vanishes if it touches the water, but then the Pokemon is in the water. Searching high and low for Eevee and evolutions. Getting just shiny Eevee is really not bad. The problem is, of course, the shiny alpha. But if we're just talking shiny Eevee, you know, search, Pokemon species, Eevee, search. How many do I even have at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Plus the shiny alpha, so 9. 10. 10 Eevee total. Seven alpha Eevee, not a single shiny one. Oh, shiny. Is it duck? Bunny? What is it? Wormpool? Duck? Where's the shiny? There it is. It is a Dustox hiding under the trees. Bonk. Nice. +1. Yeah. That is pretty bad. The chances to find Alpha Sneasel or Alpha Weavile are actually the same. It's 0.8% or so in a distortion. Actually, because it's the distortion rare, let me check that. Might be a little bit more because there's only those, but space-time distortion, distortion rare. No, it is 0.89% to find a Alpha Sneasel and 0.89% to find an Alpha Weavile, meaning you could find a shiny Alpha Weavile and then phase by finding another shiny Alpha Weavile instead of the Sneasel. It's the same percent chance. You would roll the exact same thing to get either. That would be very rough, although it would be extremely lucky, and thank fuck, they got gender differences to give you a chance at least phasing on something interesting. Oh, 2650, I didn't even see it. Okay, last run. We're gonna do a full run around the Fieldlands. Starting with the Golbat, because I do want to check that while it's nighttime. This is the last run of the stream. For the last run of the stream, I always do a full spin around the Fieldlands, checking all of the shiny alphas. Or just alphas. Checking every alpha on the map. And then I go home and end the stream. That was so close. Shiny Drifloon right next to the alpha. Right next to the alpha Golbat that I'm trying to find. Ah, so close. I got spooked. I thought that was it. Do the Drifloon race? Okay, let's do the Drifloon race for the final check of the day. Thank you for redeeming that. Let's give it a shot. Drifloon race for the final run around the Fieldlands. 45 seconds, 30 balloons to go. Here we go. There's an Alpha Starly on the way. I missed the balloon. There we go. Fixed it. Up. So far, so good. This is fine. The Paras are doing goalposts. Whoop. Whoop. And finish. No shiny, but we did get all of the balloons. Springy mushrooms. Thank you very much. And with that, let's begin the actual spin around the map, shall we? Starting with the Eevee spawns and the Rapidash. I've never gotten a shiny Eevee from the Eevee spawns, only from the Eevee outbreaks. Nothing from the Eevee spawns. Nothing at Floatzel. Then we go and check Heracross. Slight detour to the left to check some bees. We need to check if every bee is a shiny alpha. Heracross is not shiny. We have a Graveler that I lovingly nickname Meatball. Because if it is shiny, it's just a big meatball. It isn't. I have a shiny alpha Graveler from this static spawn that I called Indy. as in Indiana Jones with the big boulder chasing him around. The boulder trap. Flying Gyarados is not shiny. Stantler is not shiny. We have established that this... is not a path that has any shinies on it. We can check the Staraptor at least. Not shiny. Then we teleport to Grand Tree Arena. These things are worth a lot of Oran Berries, yes. Scyther is not shiny. It's because it forces me to stop and do something else, so I didn't want it to be super cheap. If you think it's way too expensive, I can lower it to 500. Because it doesn't take, like, it takes a minute. It's not extremely long either. I could probably knock the price down a bit. I forgot to check the alphas. Oops. Alpha Bibarel. Not shiny. The Alpha Kricketune we know is not shiny because we've been there. We have no shake, no shake, no shine. Ramanas Island. No shiny. The rocks are not shaking either. There's a tree shaking, but that's just a combi. Nothing. We fly over the fish. Billfish can be shiny here, and I got a random shiny alpha by flying over this spot for a bit. Alakazam could do the funniest thing and be shiny after so long of it not being. It is not. I got a lot of shiny alpha Alakazam for a while, and then I stopped checking the spot because I went for Cherrim and I stopped beforehand. I would probably have more shiny alpha Alakazams than anything else if that kept going. Staraptor not shiny. Togekiss not shiny. I think 1k feels fair? Alright. If you say so. I will ask other people as well, but thank you for your input. Gyarados is not shiny. And then we finish the run with Luxio and Snorlax in Staravia. And we'll have checked every shiny on the map, or every alpha on the map, I should say. Luxio, not shiny. Important to note that this full spin around the map will take around 5 minutes, which means when you do this, you can actually get a distortion. So this is what I recommend if you want to get a really good head start into the same challenge as me, or getting a bunch of shinies from the Fieldlands. You do the route that I just did. Well, mine was a bit wonky with the Golbat because it was going to be nighttime for only a minute, so I had to stop. But you go from Rapidash. You do this, right? You go Rapidash, Floatzel, Heracross. You check on the Graveler up to the Blissey. Cross over to Stantler. Check Parasect. Cross back over, and this is where you normally check Magikarp and Golbat, but I checked those at the start. Then you go to check on Stantler, Bibarel, Kricketune, Lopunny, Infernape, Alakazam, Gyarados. Teleport out. And then you do Luxio, Snorlax, and Staravia here at the end of the journey. And then you're free to go home. You've checked every alpha on the map, and you pass through a bunch of the areas where you could potentially find some shinies. By the end of that, you should have spent around 5 to 6 minutes on the map, and a distortion has a 5% chance to spawn. If you are during exile, you have a 10% chance for a distortion to spawn instead. Exile being the time in the story where you have the sky being red. So, that's it for this stream. That's it for the run here. To recap, this stream, we got... anything I left behind in the boxes? Yes, a bunch actually. Let me put these in the shiny box. Shiny box over here. So this stream, we found this Baneri, a Paris from a mass outbreak, a random Zubat. We got Irony the Cricketot that we found during a balloon race, a Wurmple that we found in an outbreak, a random Psyduck, random Dustox, and a random Drifloon. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care of yourselves. Hydrate.